So I know you took. So when you came off the field, you were yelling, you're upset. Obviously, it sounded like you said dropping 8 effing, and then you kind of trailed off. And I think some people took that as you were frustrated about dropping 8 guys in coverage at the end there. What what did you mean when you said that in the tunnel?
Um, I was debating whether to even tweet about that. Just because people gonna take whatever you say however they want to. But just coming off the field, right off the field, I got a lot of emotions going on. What I was referring to is the fact that we called a call specifically to take away that play, and the fact that Nix wasn't even trying to throw it to Mims, and it just so happened to be completed. It was kind of like a like a disbelief, like, bro, there's no way that we dropped 8 and we still couldn't stop, that ball from getting completed. That's more so what my frustration lied. It wasn't nothing towards the call, and that's what I tried to clear up, but people gonna feel what they want to feel, so it is what it is.
It just seemed a little bit like post-game, though. You and Dex, when we asked you about the call, you didn't really answer something that maybe left it. So you were fine with the call. You didn't think you should have.
What do you think of the idea? Like, people see that video and they say, "Hey, you guys aren't fully on board with what Shane's,
We
call
are,
might be
but
silly."
everybody tries to take their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? However you view it, whatever your perspective is, I respect your perspective. You can have that, but we are bought in, and like that call was perfect for that situation, just because it was 30 seconds left, no timeouts. Catch, tackle, game over. But that ball was never supposed to be completed. Like it just happened. Like I just said, bro, the ball wasn't even aiming for Mims. It was for Cortland. He missed the throw, and it just fell in his lap. Like, it was just unlucky.
When you talking about the details, or is that just a matter of executing? Though, because obviously the ball's near.
Executing the play, being in the right area, being body to body, that just comes down. That just comes down to, like you just said, executing the play, like being more detail oriented. Everybody can improve in that realm, and we found where the whole, God damn it, hey Moose. We found where we could have been better at in that situation, and it's just for us to, next time we get in that situation, be more on our details. So.
What do you think of the idea? Shane's taken a lot of heat here the last few weeks. What do you think of that?
It's tough, man. It's a tough situation to be in. It's not really nothing I can think about. It's just what it is. What it is. At the end of the day, we got something that we got to have our attention on, and that's the Eagles. So hopefully Shane ain't too caught up in all that stuff that people are saying. I'm not trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at Saquon and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown.
Did you have a discussion with him now? Did you talk about this with him at all, by any chance? Do you think it was necessary?
No.
Okay.
What was his message to the defense this week?
Oh, like I just told you earlier, about being better in those critical moments. At the end of half, in the game, 2 minute, those are situations where you can't allow your mental to waver. You can't allow, your details to waver. You need to fall back on your technique. And that's kind of what he was preaching to us, is like, in those situations, we got to be at our best. So.
Anything different in the Eagles' offense against the Vikings last week? They kind of blew up and had their first big passing game of the year.
Obviously, they got that passing game going. The Vikings have a unique defense, so they were able to, I guess, figure out the looks and, exploit them in different ways. But it was all pretty simple, but it was a decent connection between AJ and Jalen. So.
Saquon's numbers are way down this year, and yards per game, yards per carry, everything.
Yeah.
When you look at the film of him, do you see any reason why that is, or do you see him as the same threat he used to be?
He's definitely the same threat he used to be. I don't think there's any slack in his talent or anything of that nature. I don't know what's going on in their building, so I'm not going to speak on that. But to answer your question, there's no slack in his game. So I don't know why his numbers are down. It just maybe just the year.
Where are you at physically? Like, are you good to go for Sunday?
I'm good.
The way you guys lost that game was obviously really uncommon, right? It doesn't happen, right?
Yeah,
So there's losses and then there's losses like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you avoid that loss being emotionally crippling for this team and carrying over?
For one, like I said, learning from your mistakes. We watched the film. We've seen where we messed up at. After a game like that, like you said, it was a little heartbreak loss. It was very different. I would say really just not dwelling on what we could have did, what we should have did. You know, it happened. Learn from it and be better in the next situation. Honestly, that's all you can do.
Abdul's sack numbers aren't what some people expected, but you guys have already seen how much he pressures the quarterback and gets to the guys. So 7 games in, how would you assess what he's doing so far as a rookie, learning the ropes and doing what he's done so far?
He's doing what we asked him to do. Abdul is a great talent. I mean, obviously, like you just said, the numbers isn't there, but they're gonna come. And I'll be telling him that just keep his head down, keep doing what you've been doing. Like you're getting pressure, you're winning. It's not like you're losing. So you know, the sacks will come. They come in bunches. And I just kind of been trying to keep his head straight on that, keep his head, you know, clear of everything else. But the man's a talent. Like he's gonna be something special. He's gonna be something special, and I can't wait till his numbers start showing what he can actually do.
And clearly, he's still getting to the quarterback, so there's still some positives there, right? Where he's able to get to the quarterback and affect things, even though the sacks aren't there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, affecting the quarterback, like I said, you can affect the quarterback in many ways, and he's doing that. It's just the numbers isn't there yet, but they coming.